Another day, another forest. Well, we're just on the edge of the forest here. Just walked up through some more mossy rainforest on the slopes of Mount Pulag. Yesterday we were on the northern slopes of the mountain. Today we're on the southwestern side of the mountain, and we're climbing up now. We're just nearly at 2,600 meters, and just coming above the line of the mossy rainforest. Thought I wouldn't show you any more of that today. It's pretty similar. Trees are a bit smaller, there's a bit more damage, there's a lot more people up on this side, a lot of hikers and also a lot of villages quite close by, so not in such pristine condition as it was on the other side yesterday. Anyway, so I said we're just passing through the tree line here. We're just out onto some grassland, and here we got what's called dwarf bamboo, which lives only here and a couple of other mountains in the Philippines, and then also on the mountains in Taiwan as well, which is its main area. So it's dwarf bamboo, it only grows, there's stuff plenty here, I'll show you in a moment actually, rather than try and show you just right now. You can see it probably behind me, there's quite a few clusters of it. Only grows up to sort of 30 centimeters or so tall, maybe a bit more than that sometimes. So it's really, well, it's really pretty dwarf, you might say, so that's why it's got its name. Anyway, so the mountain climbs up behind us. I don't think we're going to go all the way to the summit. I'm here ready to photograph the rainforest and this dwarf bamboo, so just about almost sort of fulfilled that goal, and time is going by. As you can see, we've actually got some sunshine today, which is truly spectacular, and it's absolutely fabulous. I'm going to try and show you some of the views in a little while. You can see behind me now, just moving around, is at the edge of the mossy rainforest. It's quite nice to stand outside it for a change and see the trees from the edge. Been trying to photograph birds in it this morning, an absolute nightmare. You get to hear a lot and you get occasionally to see a glimpse, but to actually photograph anything in here is just a complete nightmare. However, it does have a huge plant diversity. Sorry if I keep looking away, it's because I've got flies buzzing around me and an occasional butterfly flutters past as well, so it's a bit distracting. Anyway, a huge plant diversity here, and the plants here, because we're in the north of the Philippines and also in pretty cool weather, you know, nearly 2,700 meters of weather is pretty cool here. We've got all sorts of plants that also live in Asia, at high altitude in Asia as well. So we've got rhododendrons, and there's I've seen camellias here, and a lot of other plants that I've seen in China and so on, which I can't identify, but there's a lot of stuff here which is quite sort of you can see elsewhere in Asia, which is not common in the Philippines, which you see it really only on Pulag and one or two of the other higher mountains in the Philippines. So this, if I come in nice and low and close, you can see this is what dwarf bamboo looks like. It's really only about 30, maybe 40 centimeters tall. Clearly bamboo, and bamboo of course is a type of grass, so it's, the fact that it grows in grassland is highly appropriate. So here's a rare sight for a tropical country like the Philippines, rhododendrons. But up here at on Mount Pulag at 2,500 meters, the weather's pretty temperate. It's pretty cool most of the time. So we have a couple of rhododendron species. This is a pretty small flowering one. I suppose we would call it an azalea really, with its tiny flowers. But there it is anyway. And this is kind of quite illustrative of the high mountains of the Philippines, up in the north of the Philippines, because these receive a lot of plants, or have done over the millennia, receive plants from mainland Asia, China, Japan, and then all the way across to Eurasia and Europe. So there are plants up here on Pulag that you just don't see anywhere else in the Philippines, because A, most of the Philippines is tropical, and B, most of the Philippines doesn't get that many plants from northern Asia and Europe. Here we are, finally back down at the Babadak ranger station, which marks the starting point for the hike up to the summit of Pulag. It's a bit of a circus down here. You can see it's a holiday weekend, so we've got lots of people arriving to climb up the mountain tomorrow morning or tonight possibly. There's loads of people here. You can see this great big white monster truck in the background. That's the vehicle that the Department of Tourism has given me for a couple of days with driver. It's really an amazing vehicle. We don't really need something quite that spectacular. The road's not that bad. Anyway, so this kind of winds up the Pulag section, and we're kind of on our way back to Baguio and then back to Manila and on to Cebu for the next section, which will be more diving and coastal photography, etc. So that's coming up next, and so goodbye to Pulag, goodbye to mountain coolness for a while, unfortunately. So signing out here.